Today I'm going to teach you how to change the charging port of your Bluetooth radio or your mp3. So but you are going to change the charging port when the legs are no longer there, when the legs are pulled off. As you can see here, the legs are no longer there. The lines, the 5 lines that should be at the back, it has pulled off. So I don't know whether you can see it clearly. So that is it. In this kind of situation, we must change the charging port. So how do you do it? This is what I'm going to share with you now. So watch out and learn. Okay, in this case, this is the charging port. I want to change it. This is it. I've prepared it. But then the lines are not there. So what are we going to do? See what you are going to do now. You are going to bring the charging port. This is it, and you are going to use construction wire, construction lines to get the positive and the negative lines of the charging port. So that is what we are going to do now. So I'm going to do my own and then show you how I did it. Watch out. This is my construction wire, and it's also called the jumper wire, and I'm going to use it for this port. I'm going to connect it to the positive line, and also I'm going to connect another construction wire to the negative line and bring them out. So this is how I'm going to do it now. So watch out as I. Okay guys, I've done it, and this is the result. I've connected one line to the positive. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Let me bring the camera closer so that you can see it clearly. This is it. So this is one of the construction wires. I have connected it to the one side. This is a negative line. This is another construction wire here. This is it. I have connected it to the positive line of the charging port. So have a good look at it. One line, the negative line, the other one, the positive line. So you bring it, you now do the connection into the board of the mp3, into this board that we are going to do it. So how do you do the connection? First of all, the positive line of the charging port, which we brought out, we are going to connect it to the diode. The diode is a big black stuff that allows current to pass through the system. So let me do the connection and show. Okay, before I do it, let me show you what the diode looks like. This is the diode. This is it. I don't know if you can see it clearly. This big black component that you can usually find it near the charging port, the diode. So we are going to connect the positive into this side of the diode. We are going to connect it to the side of the diode that is facing the charging port area. So that is what I'm going to do now. So watch me as I do it. I've done the connection. I've done the connection of the jumper wire. One end, which is from my charging port, the positive, then the other end of it to the first end of that big black diode. This is it. This is it. This is it. So now see the charging port and see the wire that is holding it. So the other wire, I'm going to connect it to the ground, and as you know, you can get ground from anywhere. You can scratch it out from anywhere and the board, it is a ground connection. You don't need to look for it, you will not go far. So now I want to take my ground from here beside the charging port hanger. So that's where I'm taking my ground, and let me solder it here. Okay, I've soldered it here. So whatever you are doing, make sure your soldering, your connection is strong enough. If it is strong enough, that means it will last longer. It will last longer. So I've soldered it there. It's firm and strong. So this is it. The charging port is now hanging. The two wires are now there. So what you will do now is to test whether your connection is working well. And how do you do this? You are going to put in your charger, plug in your charger, I want to plug in mine. This is my cord. Plug it in. It's supposed to show light that it is charging, or for some MPs it will not show that it is charging until you plug in the battery connector. So for mine, it's not showing light, but I'm going to test it with my meter to make sure that it is charging. So watch out as I test it. Put this one. Okay. So this is it. It is passing. The line is passing. I don't know how to show you the meter so that you can see that it is passing, but I'm very happy now it is passing. So I'm sure that when you do yours, it will also pass. So that is it. So I can now remove my cord. So now that it is passing, remember that the charging port is still hanging. It's hanging in the air. So how will you do it to fit in there? So what you are going to do now is to use an adhesive iodide. We are going to use it, we are going to mix it, and we're going to place it on the charging port and between the charging port and the board so that it will hold it very firmly. So watch as I'm going to do it now. So this is it. I have mixed my iodide gum and I'm going to put the gum in the board, that place the charging port should be. I'm going to place it there. You'll put enough gum that will be able to hold it. So I've put enough gum, but still I need to bend the ears or the hangers of my charging port so that it will hold well. Let me just briefly bend the ears. I just bent the two hangers that are facing oppositely in my. So after applying your iodide gum to that place, the next thing you are going to do now is to place your charging port on top of the gum you put at the board. So just watch as I'm going to place it. So I'm going to place it on top of the gum. Oh. So you will place your charging port on top of the panel that you mixed the iodide with. So as you can see, I've placed it there and I'm holding it. I'm holding it. So you have to hold it firmly. Look at it. I've placed it. These are the two wires, the positive and the negative wire. Look at the charging port. The other light is holding it, but you must hold it for some time, for some period of time, so that it will hold well, so that it will not go out easily. So I'm using something to hold it now, as you can see. So this is it. So hold it for like 2 minutes first. So the 2 minutes have elapsed, and this is it. The charging port is firmly sticked to that place. So now we are going to test it to see whether it is really charging. So let me plug in the battery in its position. I've plugged in the battery. Now let me get my cord. And now let us plug it to see whether it is charging, whether it really worked. So watch out and see. Okay. You see the light is shining, showing that it is charging. I hope you are seeing the light. That is the red light there. It's shining. So which means the thing worked. So this is how to change the charging port of your phone, of your mp3 or Bluetooth radio, even when the lines are not there. It really works. This is it. Follow through the steps and you will get it just as it is. But then, if you like this video, I would like you to do one single thing for me. Just hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the video. This will help me, encourage me to produce more videos for you. Please. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching.